On average, kids at the age of 2 to 4 already know how to not shit themselves. I did it 20 years after that age. Hi, I'm Bayland, and this is my embarrassing story of how I shit my pants when I was 22 years old. Well, embarrassing is an overstatement. It's only embarrassing if I make it embarrassing, so by making this video I am planning to make it not embarrassing anymore. If it will work, it's still a mystery to me. Maybe I'm just outing myself like an idiot, and I will feel even worse than before. But, well, let's try. Our beautiful story starts in my hometown in Hungary, where I was born and have lived there for 15 years. But well, nowadays I live in Germany, so I go back sometimes to visit family and stuff. This time, for the first time, my girlfriend is also visiting with me. And, well, very important exposition, I am sadly having very deep depressions at the time. Sadly, because of the depression, I am having a hard time to be with my family, so my girlfriend is helping me with some dates and going out to spaces that I like. And one of those is KFC. Foreshadowing, after that it wasn't my favorite place anymore. So we go on a journey and go into the city. We go to KFC, which is located in a mall. I don't remember exactly what I bought myself, I just know that I had 2 sandwiches, because the buckets are really expensive nowadays. And because I know the city like I know my pinky finger, I decided to go up a very nice place where I have been sitting as a child pretty often back then. I wanted to show my girlfriend that place, and I just wanted to eat there. I just wanted to experience something that I have experienced as a child before. It's all great. We are walking to the place. I am already eating my first sandwich, and, well, I am happy. I am actually feeling a bit of happiness in this deep depression. I feel like the world is gonna be fine. We finally arrive to the place where I wanted to be. We sit down on a bench. This bench, well, it means a lot to me. And honestly, it feels a lot to me even today, but something horrible have happened there. While eating my second chicken sandwich, well, I do something that I am doing quite often. I am trying to let out a toot. I'm trying to fart a little bit. You know, I have done it a million times. It's nothing new to me to fart a little bit. The problem is, I didn't understand the gravity of the situation at that moment. So just imagine, me sitting on the left, and on my right, my girlfriend sitting on the same bench. And I'm deciding, hey, that fart has to go out right now. It does feel weird. It does. My tummy is not doing fine, that's for sure. Maybe because of the food. Maybe it was KFC. Maybe it was depression. Depression has some bowel problems that it makes. And I decided nothing bad will happen. That's for sure. So, while I do my thing and try to let out a little toot, I realized it wasn't really just a toot. I'm not gonna lie, I have gotten flashbacks from my childhood when I shit my pants as a hobby, because it felt familiar, but at the same time, I knew that I shouldn't have done it. I am a 21-year-old grown-ass man, and I have been reminded to how it feels like to, well, shit my pants. The biggest problem is, if I shit my pants and it's fairly stiff that comes out and it doesn't flow out, well, it could be fine, it wouldn't be a problem. But the biggest problem is, I felt that it was the most fluid shit I have ever taken in my life. I have no idea how that happened, but I was a coffee machine. I have become a coffee machine of my own making. And just put yourself in my situation now. I am sitting in my hometown, very far away from comfort, because Germany is my comfort place. But at the same time, that bench is also my comfort place. But is it still? I have just shit my pants on it. So, I am sitting there, contemplating on what am I doing. I have just shit my pants, and I feel that it really wasn't just a little bit. That fart, that gamble, well, it had dire consequences. And my girlfriend is sitting next to me, and I'm just there like a stone, like a statue, sitting there with a half burger still in my hand, thinking, what in God's earth am I gonna do now? I look at her, I look at the place that I have loved as a child and I still love, and I was just sitting there for a solid 3 minutes, what am I gonna do now? Well, in the end I decided I need to tell this to my girlfriend because of multiple reasons. First of all, she will probably realize too. I mean, I have to get somewhere where I can clean myself properly, and I cannot do that without her knowing. I would have to do the biggest heist, the best lie of the world for her not to realize. So I was like, you know what? I am gambling on our relationship, but it has to be. There is no other way to get through this. I have to tell her that I just shit my pants, and if she doesn't love me anymore, that is a thing that I have to live with. I think that is completely a thing that can happen, and if it happens, it's okay. I accepted the consequences of my, well, own involuntary actions, let's just say. So I turn to her and I tell her that I think, well, I don't think, I have most likely just shit my pants. And let's just say we are still together to this day, so I'm not gonna lie, this has made our relationship 5 times as strong. I don't want to say that you should shit your pants in front of your partner to make your relationship a bit better, but what I am saying is that if it happens, the chances are really good that if he or she stays with you, that relationship will be hard as stone. I am telling you. What are we gonna do now? Well, the mall where we came from isn't really that far away. I stand up, stretch a little bit, and, well, she's looking at it if it's really bad, and she was like, well, there's nothing to be seen on your pants, it's only your underwear, most likely. And I felt my underwear, it was, let's just say, if you would have poured water on it, it would have been the same, because it clearly didn't get on my pants. The mall is a great idea because I still had to poop. Like, my tummy wasn't doing fine, but the thing is, I couldn't let out more. My tummy was not in a state where I can do that. So, we are walking back, and it was a walk of shame. I am telling you, I felt like the eyes of the whole humanity were just on me, directly put on me and my shitted underwear. I felt like shit. I mean, just imagine, you already have depression, and now you shit your pants, and your relationship, you don't know if she will stay with you, because at that moment it still wasn't I still didn't know if it was fine what just happened in her eyes. So there was the weight of the world on my back. I just had the walk of shame. Oh well, nowadays I can laugh about it really well, that's for sure. So there's me walking down, and we go into the mall. And the thing is, if you thought this story stopped here, just brace yourselves, man, because there is more. So we go in there, and honestly, because I wasn't in this mall since a long time, because I live in Germany now, I honestly forgot where the toilet was. So there's us walking around. We basically even walked in 2 different directions, so we have better chances of finding a toilet, and then I finally find it. And then I go there, and I don't have any change with me, so I cannot get into the toilet now. So what is the solution? I need to find my girlfriend, who is on the other side of the mall, also searching for a toilet or something. Maybe she wasn't searching for a toilet, but I know that we have went in 2 different directions. I need to go to her to get some change. And I was like, well, this couldn't be worse. At that point, I just accepted my fate. It was already fine. I didn't really care. My butthole wasn't doing fine because I needed to poop really bad, but I just accepted my fate. I could have shat my pants in the middle of the mall, and I wouldn't really cared. The thing is, I found her, it was all fine, and then I went back. Either I got money from her, or I could pay with a card. I don't remember exactly, but here's one of the funniest parts, which to me is so amusing. There's me finally going into the toilet. I am the happiest man in the world. But that happiness, well, it didn't hold long, because the toilet was the shittiest toilet I've ever seen. There have been the pissoirs in which you can pee. Well, that's great. There were, I think, 3 of them. But the problem is, the only closable toilet, there is only 1 of them. And it was taken. And the thing is, in my depressive, shitty pants situation, I have been standing there and thinking, well, I am I don't feel like talking to anyone who is sitting in there. I have to wait. It shouldn't be too long. I am making myself really known by the noises I have been making. I was running around. I really had to poop, so I was just standing around. I was kind of making noise for the person in the stall to realize that I was there. The problem is, the person clearly didn't really care about my existence. I was just standing there and bro was just pooping. I even heard him pooping, I think. After, I think around 3 to 4 minutes, I would say, I decided this was enough. I cannot take it anymore. I have to tell this person, this random person, that there's a situation going on here. And the thing is, I also formulated that in Hungarian in a way that is like, it's a dire situation, my man. I was like, sorry man, I'm sorry I have to tell you this, but there's a situation going on here to which the gravity you don't even know. You have no idea in what a situation I am right now, but I will have to take you out of the toilet real quick. He didn't react much. He was like, oh, okay, sure. After a minute, he stood up and I could go in. It was the most freeing situation. But at that time, someone was already waiting behind me and I was like, sorry man, I will try to be quick. I didn't say this to the person, of course, but I was like, bro, I am sorry, but if I sit here for an hour, it has to be. I'm there, sitting on the toilet, being a goddamn coffee machine, and I was thinking, well, that's fine. It's okay, I finally got here. I stood up, I got my clothes on, I got my sanity back. I have dropped my pride 20 minutes ago. When I shit my pants, I stood up, I looked back, it was a latte macchiato, and I thought, well, this is what it got to be. And this is, I think, why I want to make this video, because who in their right mind will talk on the internet that they shit their pants? I think this is the most interesting part, because nowadays I don't feel like, I am not embarrassed about this. I think bad situations in life need, well, a bit of lighthearted storytelling. Well, yes, I shit my pants. I was in the deepest depression of my life. I barely could get up. I was fighting every day to be a normal human being. And well, looking back, this is funny as shit. It's serious. Like, if someone doesn't want this to be laughed about, sure, it's your right. But I really want you guys to laugh about this, because, I mean, if I take it seriously, if I don't laugh, I cry. If I take this too seriously, well, it just breaks my heart. I think it's a very important skill to laugh about yourself sometimes. And after 2 years, I have gotten to the point where it's very important to me to laugh about this. Well, this, of course, didn't really only have the consequences in the moment. For the next week, each fart I was gambling with my life on it. I've never been so scared to fart as in that moment. It was horrible. The next week after, I was so gassy, but I was just like, it's either this or I shit my pants again. The funniest part is, my tummy decided to be this bad only once. After that, my poops have been completely normal. I don't know why it only happened once, but it did. And then after that, I could even fart completely normally, and nothing happened. It was just life playing a joke on me. So well, moral of the story, don't eat KFC. Ever since, I really have a different relationship with KFC, that's for sure. If you shit your pants in front of your partner, the chances are not even that low that it will strengthen your relationship. Depression is a bitch, and you need to be nice to yourself when you're depressed. And even as a grown-up person, there is definitely a gamble with each fart that you will shit your pants. Don't forget, there is never no chance of shitting your pants, apparently. Well, this was my little story for today. I hope you enjoyed this type of content that I just put out, and I wish you a nice day where you don't shit your pants. Bye bye!